CTV's Travis Fortnum has been working on this story, and you actually spoke to a parenting expert exactly on this topic.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we know cannabis is legal. It's all around us in Windsor, Essex, and all over Canada. And after last week's incident, a parenting expert says that's a reminder. Talking to kids early and often matters. When some students got sick last week from consuming THC edibles at their elementary school, one of them called a parent upon realizing something was wrong. Parenting expert Sarah Rosensweet says that moment matters, and it doesn't happen by accident.
You want to be that first person that they come to if they've made a mistake or if they're feeling unwell.
That kind of trust, Rosensweet says, is built over time through regular, age-appropriate conversations. Because in a world where cannabis products are legal and everywhere, kids can learn about them a lot sooner than you might expect.
That story that you shared is that's really young, right, in middle school. But it's, I don't think that's unusual these days.
Rosensweet says avoiding the topic altogether can make it harder for kids to come forward when something goes wrong, which is why she encourages parents to start by listening.
You walk down the street and every other block has a cannabis shop. So even just asking kids like, hey, do you know what they sell at that store? And asking kids what they know is always a great place to start.
From there, she says it's all about being clear without being alarmist.
I think it's important to not vilify substances and that they're not bad or evil, but they're really something for grown-ups.
Rosensweet says simply telling kids don't do it is rarely effective and can sometimes have the opposite effect.
I don't think that it's ever worked in the history of a teenager to say, don't do this, and your kid is not going to do it just because you say don't do it.
She says parents aren't with their kids all the time, and it's not realistic to expect rules alone to prevent every situation. With edibles specifically, Rosensweet says the risk is that they don't always look dangerous, and it's easy to take too much.
One little candy can look so harmless.
If and when a child does make a mistake, Rosensweet says how a parent responds can shape whether that trust holds.
It doesn't mean that you're going to be happy if they've done something like eaten an edible at school and gotten really sick, but you're going to be the person who's going to help them rather than the person who's going to make them feel terrible about their decision. When it comes to skirting peer pressure, Rosensweet says parents can give their kids permission to throw them under the bus. For example, tell friends or whoever that their mom or dad drug tests them every single week so they can get out of that tough situation.
Yeah,
Stephanie?
These are definitely hard conversations to have. You know, they must be talked about without a doubt. And of course, a great parenting expert there. And we have more tips on our website, ctvnewswindsor.ca.
Yes.
Okay, Travis Fortnum, thank you for this.